Let's talk about expulsion. For years, one of your colleagues who was an admitted child molester sat in this chamber. No expulsion. One member sits in this chamber who was found guilty of domestic violence. No expulsion. What you're saying to us, since you're trying to put us on trial, I'll say what you're really putting on trial is the state of Tennessee. What you're really showing for the world is holding up a mirror to a state that is going back to some dark, dark roots. A state in which the Ku Klux Klan was founded is now attempting another power grab by silencing the two youngest Black representatives and one of the only women, Democratic women in this body. That's what this is about.
And that was Representative Justin Jones on the hypocrisy that is so thick you can cut it with all kinds of instruments. Right there in the Tennessee House of Representatives. And just in case you didn't hear him clearly, he said a state where the KKK was founded. And we're going to get into that a little deeper a little later in this segment. So here's some half good news about what's happening in Tennessee. Put up this headline: Tennessee lawmaker ousted over gun control protests may be reinstated today. And that was posted just a little while ago. And here are the full details of exactly what could happen. One of the two Black Democrats who were thrown out of the Tennessee House last week appeared likely to get his seat back Monday, just days after the GOP exacted retribution against the lawmakers who protested for more gun control. Nashville's Metro Council could return Justin Jones to the legislature immediately when it votes to fill the vacant position on an interim basis. And that was Representative Justin Jones that you just heard give that rip-roaring speech and putting the House of Representatives in Tennessee, just laying it out there, putting them on trial, laying them out there for all the world to see. He could be returned to his seat as early as today, but also a reminder, there still has to be a special election in this case as well. So meanwhile, the other expelled representative, Justin Pearson, could be reappointed Wednesday at a meeting. So we're looking at both ousted lawmakers possibly being reappointed this very week. But they should have never been expelled in the first place. The expulsions on Thursday made Tennessee a new front in the battle for the future of American democracy. Political tensions rose when three joined with hundreds of demonstrators who packed the Capitol last month to call for passage of gun control measures. As protesters filled galleries, the lawmakers approached the front of the House chamber with a bullhorn and participated in a chant. The scene unfolded days after the shooting at Covenant School. And we know at that school, Jackson, young children were killed, 9 years old, and adults were killed as well. And all of those families are grieving the loss of their loved ones. Now, some people may say about the decorum, because you hear the Republicans who actually put through the bill the resolution to oust these two members talk about them disrupting the decorum of the body. But what disrupts the decorum, as far as I am concerned, is having babies and adults shot while they're at school, and to have a legislature, Republican-controlled legislature, that has that blood on their hands by refusing to do absolutely nothing. Jackson?
Well, several things. One, this goes to show that corporate corruption doesn't just get laws passed, but it also gets discourse shot down, and it gets people in positions of power defended viciously. Because the reality is, protesting gun violence is a subject matter that's not controversial at all. Most people want to see common sense measures passed, like raising the minimum age to 21, making it more difficult for people with histories of mental health issues to get their hands on weapons, things like that that really aren't a stretch. And one of the things that I was talking about, that I've been talking about, is there was a time even in my lifetime, I'm just 31 years old, OG to some, lowercase g to many others, but just right enough to where in my lifetime, I remember when people would come out and do stuff like this, it was more of like a valiant statement that people will be able to make. But now it's so common that it's just kind of something that highly disturbed people just do because they can. It's no longer like something that people can become martyrs for different communities because it's too commonplace. So again, these people getting expelled for protesting, these lawmakers getting expelled for protesting something that's so commonplace that it's no longer a grandstand. And really think about that. It's not, you can't really gain fame for this anymore within those sick communities. Just goes to show how much these people fight for corporate greed, and that's just all it is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the NRA not only controls the Congress, it controls state legislatures all across the country. And I certainly, when I was in the General Assembly in the Ohio Senate and any type of gun legislation was being brought to the fore, they were in Columbus. I mean, they were there like white on rice and black on coal all over, descending on the Capitol and even making threats. So this country is gonna have to decide who is it going to answer to and who does it serve. And so far, the gun lobby is winning, unfortunately.